Okay, I've been outside here doing a little bit of weatherproofing and waterproofing and moisture proofing, or whatever you want to call it. I had a bunch of old paint at my house and I brung it up here, and I got about a case of caulking, just Sherwin-Williams 950 caulking, white, and I caulked every seam on this cabin, all of them. Wherever two pieces of wood join, I caulked it. I've got a couple places I've got to go back on. I didn't care what color it was. As you can see, I've got 2-3 different colors. I think there was a total of 4 different colors that I ended up painting this thing. But like I said, nobody's ever gonna see it because it's gonna be underneath the sheet metal. And I just wanted to, because I'm not for sure how long it's gonna be before I come back down, and I wanna protect that OSB from the weather. The roof is plywood, it's not OSB, and parts of it's OSB and parts of it's not. But like I said, I caulked everything first, and then I put a coat of paint on it, a pretty heavy coat of paint on it, and just let it absorb it. And then I come back about 4 hours later and put a second coat of paint on everything. And I mean, that second coat, I had about 7 gallons of paint left, 8 gallons of paint left for the roof, just for the roof. And I put over half of it on the roof. I mean, I just almost poured it on that roof up there. I wanted it just to be just as sealed up tight as I could get it. But around the windows where I cut the rough openings, I don't have one of those special tools that you drill a hole and then use a router to do it. I just use my saw. And as you can see, I was doing it from the inside, just following the trail, and I kind of got into it here a little bit. But I went around, and I think these window seals probably have 4 to 6 coats of paint on just about every one of these window seals. And I'm gonna go back in this little crack right here. I'm gonna fill it with caulking on all of them. And then on the inside, let me show you this. There was a couple of my cracks. I don't know how come I couldn't. When you're doing this stuff by yourself, it's really hard to get boards square and plumb and everything, and you're in a weird situation and you're trying to see everything all at once, and it's hard to do. And I've got a little gap at the top. You can see daylight. I'm gonna fix that. And then right there, you can see I got a little daylight right there. And then right in there, I got a deal, you can see that crack going across it. I'm just now fixing to, I just got my caulking gun out. I'm gonna go up there and caulk that from the inside where I can see it really good. And then up there in that corner, there's a couple. There's not a whole lot of them, but there's just a few. And I wanna seal all those up that I can. And it's like way up there at the top, right in there, there's some. But I had a couple of gaps that were probably about as, I don't know, not quite as big as your pinky, but you know, they were decent size, and it's hard to fill them the first time with caulking because they will draw it. And like right there where I had my toe boards, right in there, you can see a little speck of daylight. That's from a screw hole. But I'm fixing to get on my scaffolding and go across there and fix all that. And I'm debating on getting me a piece of cardboard and holding it up there in the very, very V of the roof, and putting spray foam on top of the cardboard and letting it expand, and just working my way across there and letting that spray foam expand out just to help keep it drier in here, to keep the moisture out, because it may be a couple of weeks before I come back, and that way it will help keep the moisture out. And you can see like right in there, all along there. I've got to fix that again. It's hard to do it in one coat because it draws up and shrinks. All right, well, like I said, I got it all painted, 2 coats. Some of it, like I said, on these 3, 4, 5 coats of paint. Just every time I come by them, I squirted paint on them. And I wanted to seal those edges really good, or as best I could. And then like right underneath here, underneath this, I did this really good too. And all the way around the top where the roof meets the wall, I really soaked that in paint. I actually went to the point, a couple places I actually ended up with runs. A couple hours ago, that chair was in the shade. I took a break right there a while ago. Well, I'm gonna get back to work. I just wanted to stop and kind of let you see what I'm doing, and you guys have a good day. Take care.